recently signed a new deal. You mentioned in the press release when you signed that you've sort of experienced a new lease of life here at Sale since joining. Can you just elaborate a bit more on that, on what it is you think that's improved your mindset as a person?
Obviously coming out of my comfort zone, coming up north, I think it allows you an opportunity to sort of grow as a person, being away from your family. It obviously presents us different challenges, but I think coming here for a new group of players really challenged me, and I think over the last few years it's enabled me to sort of grow as a person, on and off the field as well. So look, I'm really excited to be here, and I think the rugby is going in the right direction. We obviously got probably about 5-10% off where we need to be to really be challenging towards the top, but I think we're heading the right way.
And what was the main challenge you faced when you first moved here over the last couple of years?
I think just being far away from home, like I mentioned before. I think I've always been around my family, always had my support bubble around me, but obviously being here for the last sort of 3 years, it just presented different challenges. It wasn't just about just the rugby. It was actually sort of adopting the sort of northern style and sort of just engaging with different people. So yeah, it presented its own challenges, but I think I've kind of taken to it pretty well over the last few years, and I've really enjoyed my time here, and I'm enjoying being in Manchester.
And there's been a lot of talk about what you've been doing in the community, helping out, but on a personal level, how's that helping yourself?
I think I never really did it sort of to any sort of acknowledgement, really. I think it's just it's something that I felt within me over the course of my life. Being a professional sportsman, I think we receive a lot of things, we take a lot of things, and I just reached a stage in my life where I wanted to give back. I felt it's important to give back, to help other people, especially during this COVID period where, in hearing the stories and knowing friends who are struggling financially, businesses are closing down, people are on the mental side of things battling to sort of on a day-to-day basis just to keep themselves positive and alive. So I just feel we're quite very fortunate as people to still be able to go out and perform and play. Obviously we haven't got the crowds there and it's not the same, but we're still very privileged, in a very privileged position to still be going out and performing every week and doing what we enjoy to do. So it's important to also acknowledge, people aren't also going through that sort of positive outlook that we have right now, and we need to, I just wanted to make sure that I did something to help the community, to help the people around me, and with the resources and the platform that we have here, we're able to help many people, and if we can change one person's life, then you're doing the right thing. So I'm just happy we're able to just do something about it.
Absolutely, yeah. And just moving on to just sort of what's going on in the field, you've really sort of come back from injury and you've been going up and up ever since. We've had a couple of bad results the last couple of weeks, but as you say, things seem to be going in the right direction. How's it been for yourself since Alex has joined and sort of the new regime's begun?
I think it's been great. Obviously, like most sports teams, just tend to react to when new people come in, and I think it's been different. It's been different to what we're obviously used to over the last few years. His approach and how he wants things done. So look, it's I think everyone's sort of bought into it, which is great. Everyone's sort of pulling in the right direction. We're currently in that phase now of finding out what we want to be as a team in terms of our identity and our trademark. So I think everyone's kind of bought into that, and everyone's really believing in what we're doing. We had a great start, and obviously the last couple of weeks I think we've come up short, but it's not been for a lack of effort. I think it's been more execution and accuracy, but it's stuff that happens in sport. Nothing's really plain sailing. It's not always rosy. It's how we can bounce back from defeats, and I can see improvements. We had a lot of improvements last week in certain areas, but there's certain areas that we needed to improve. But we've had a good training week this week, and I'm very, very positive that we'll come at all guns blazing on Friday, looking to get a win. We're back at home and we're back ourselves there, and that's what we want to do.
And as a collective, what are the main things we're working on at the moment? Is it discipline, or is it just finding ourselves, really?
I think from the defensive point of view, I think that's been a strong part of our game for over the last couple of years, and it's not something that we've gone away from, but maybe we need to focus a bit more on our connective shape and our line speed, being a bit more dominant, and just finding ways to get the ball back quicker. I think we've been working a lot of that this week. And in attack, it's just mainly been our execution in our skill set, our execution and being able to take opportunities that present themselves, and just being patient, playing in the right areas. And when we get into those areas, we really execute. So we've been working that over the course of the whole season, really, to be honest. And we've had good periods of that over some games, but the last couple of weeks it has let us down, and we know there's no bigger challenge really than against Exeter. So we're going to have to be at the best of our game. We're going to have to be at the top of it. So everyone knows the challenges ahead, and we're well prepared, we're well ready, and we'll give our best.
And just finally, on a personal note, what's the future hold for yourself? What are your short-term, long-term goals going forward now signing with the club again?
Short term, just want to stay in the team, perform well, do the best as I can. No one really puts as much pressure, like I've said before, than myself to perform. So, I'm my biggest critic, and I strive for sort of perfection performances. And so yeah, it's what I want to do. I want to help the club to achieve its goals. In the long term, we'd like to see us, be a team that's consistently challenging for honours in the Premiership and in Europe as well. So that's the long-term goal. And also as well, obviously, I've still aspirations to want to play at the highest level. So for me, it's consistently putting in its performances week in, week out. I think this season I've done that to a large degree, and the injury is definitely not something that I think about. It's completely behind me. It's just about ensuring that I'm doing the right things week in, week out, and you get little niggles here and there, and it's part and parcel of the game. But I just need to make sure that I'm fully recovered, fully focused, going into that game and give my best shot.
Well, it's great to see you going so well, Marland, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.